no gold is not in her. She's a diamond under her. Wanna lay you down.
Okay, this is for sure the weirdest place I've ever filmed a video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla if you are new here. I am posted up in my bathroom right now because it is already dark outside, so the lighting is really bad and I'm not gonna have any time to film this video within the next couple of days, and I still have to edit it if I want to get it up on time. So here we are in my bathroom because the lighting is so much better in here. For today's video, I am going to be filming a study abroad Q&A. I have some questions that I received from you guys, and I also have some questions that I found on the internet. So if you are curious about studying abroad and you want to know more, please watch this video. If you don't normally watch my channel, I will just quickly tell you that I am a UC Berkeley student. I'm going to be a senior, and I chose Sydney, Australia to study abroad for the summer. I'm getting 6 units total, and my program is a little bit different. So I have an internship, I have like a 3-week workshop through the University of Sydney, and then I also have an online UC Berkeley class to complete that goes up until August. I'm required to complete 172 hours of internship. Also, quick disclaimer, obviously this is all part of my own experience and everyone has a different situation, everyone goes to a different school, all of that. I'm just gonna try to give you my best advice. The first question is, how much should I save before studying abroad? How do I pay for studying abroad? Obviously, it depends how much your school is willing to give you for summer or in general. Personally, I thought I was gonna have to pay the entire study abroad amount because I normally don't get that much from the school in general. So I wasn't really thinking that I would get a lot of money unless I took out a loan. And then I found out that they give $1,500 to every student that studies abroad. So I was like, woo, that's awesome. And then I also received another $1,500. I'm not even really sure where that came from, but it was from the school. So I had $3,000 given to me from my school to study abroad, and that covered 3/4 of my tuition. I think it's around $4,000 for me to go to school here for 2 months and do all that and like live in this place. And then all I had to do was pay for my flight as well as my extra living expenses like my food, my extra books, shopping, activities, all of that. That was really awesome that I was given money that I didn't even really expect to get. Every school has their own different thing, but definitely look into it. Go to your study abroad advisor and figure that out. A lot of my friends take out small loans if their parents can't help them in any way. I saved up a good amount of money because I decided about a year ago that I wanted to study abroad. So I was saving a lot because I wasn't banking on my parents giving me any money, and I wanted to make sure that I would have enough money to eat and like do a few activities while I was here. It's definitely expensive. Obviously, it also depends on what country you choose to study abroad in. My roommate Karen studied abroad in Korea, and she said it was really cheap there, so her money went a lot farther than mine does here. Fortunately, the US dollar is worth a bit more in Australia, so my money goes a little further, but it is still very expensive to eat here. It's pretty expensive to do anything here. It adds up depending on what you want to do and all of that. I think if you really need to budget it out, figure out how much you would need to spend on food every week, and then how much you would need to spend on transportation. So for me, I have to commute to my internship. I get on the train every time I go there. That costs around $4 to get there and back. So like account for that and then figure out how much it would cost for like extra activities that you want to do during a week, and just kind of get a rough estimate on how much you would need every week that you're here. Next question is, how difficult is it to pack for study abroad? Obviously, it depends on how high maintenance you are, how many clothes you have, how many things you feel like you want to bring, and it also depends on what airline you choose, whether or not you have to pay extra for another bag, or if you get like 2 free check-in bags. I got 1 check-in bag that was up to 50 pounds, and then 1 carry-on that was like 15 pounds, which was not a lot, and then a backpack. I really had to be selective about what clothes I wanted to bring. It was pretty hard for me to pack all of my stuff when I was going here, and I knew that I would probably be buying things while I was here, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to check in a second bag on my way home. I'm gonna have to pay $80 to do that, but at least I didn't have to pay $80 coming here. And then I had Thomas bring me one of my large luggages that I have. So going home, I'm gonna have 2 large check-in bags and then my small backpack. I'm not gonna have a little carry-on with me because that's just too much. Third question is, how did you decide which country to study abroad in? Well, I've talked about this before, but I honestly didn't even think that I would ever be able to study abroad because my parents are very strict. I'm their only child. They want to make sure I'm safe. So going to a different country was very scary for them, and I'm literally shocked that they said yes. I mostly picked Australia though to kind of give my parents a sense of peace, because it is an English-speaking country. It is very developed. It's not very different from the United States in terms of lifestyle. So I thought that Australia would be a place that they would be more comfortable with me going to. And also, I don't have experience with any other language except Spanish. So for the options that were given to me through UC Berkeley, Australia seemed like the best fit. Next question is, will studying abroad slow me down on the road to graduation? I think that depends on you and how you plan it. For me, I was personally a little bit low on units, so I chose to do this program because it didn't really matter that these classes don't satisfy my actual major. I just needed a few more units to kind of catch up. So for me, this program was fine. If I needed to have classes that pertain to my major, then this program would not be the best choice for me. I think studying abroad for a full semester and then actually going to a university and picking my classes through that university would probably be my best choice. Yeah, I don't think it's ever too late to study abroad. One of my friends back in Berkeley actually already graduated, and she's still studying abroad in the summer right now. So I don't think it's ever too late. You just need to talk to your study abroad advisor and figure out when would be the best time and how it would benefit you most. Next question is, how easy are study abroad courses? I think this really depends on what program you're a part of and what school you're going to. At Berkeley, they gave a list of all these different universities, and then there were like GPA requirements for all of the different universities. So it really depends on how competitive your program is. But for me specifically, I wouldn't say the classes are hard that I have to take, but they are a bit time consuming, and then internship like 4 or 5 days a week can be a lot. But in terms of actual difficulty, for me, it's not that hard. If I was actually taking core classes on campus, that would be a whole different story, but that is not what I'm doing. I also just wanted to quickly mention that I chose to do a summer study abroad program because I felt like studying abroad for a whole semester was a little bit too long for me. You guys know I have a lot going on with like my job, school, extracurricular commitments, YouTube, just life in general. So I felt like being away for 4 months was just a bit too long, and I just have too many commitments back at home for me to leave for that long. I just felt like I would be a lot happier only staying for 2 months, and so far I feel like that is a decent amount of time to stay. Another big factor in me choosing to study abroad for the summer is the fact that I can't work when I'm here. The visa that I'm on doesn't allow me to work, and so the thought of not working for 4 months straight is very concerning. And even for 2 months, like, I'm here just like being really anxious because I'm not making any money. I am making some money on YouTube, but still that's not close to how much I normally make because I always am working, And so just spending, not making much money, it's a lot. It is a lot. You definitely want to be prepared for that. You want to plan accordingly, save accordingly, and just know that when you're studying abroad, you're just spending a lot of money and you're not really making any. Also, even if I found a internship that pays, UC Berkeley doesn't allow us to be paid by our organization. That would just be going against the rules, and it's just a whole thing. The next question I'm going to answer is, what has been your best moment of your trip? Well, my trip is not over and I still have like a month. I don't want to say anything that involves Thomas or my mom and my aunt because that's like extra and separate from the study abroad program. So in terms of like study abroad and the friends that I've made / my housemates, I guess my favorite moment would be flying to Melbourne with them. That was a fun weekend. It wasn't exactly how we planned it, but I thought that us hanging out together, staying in an Airbnb together was a good bonding experience, and I had a lot of fun. I'm excited to see what other memories we make together. Okay, and then the last question I will ask today, please feel free to ask any more questions down below, is why I wanted to study abroad in the first place. Well, I feel like this is going to be my only opportunity to live somewhere for a short period of time and just experience the culture and experience the environment. Once I graduate, I'm going to be looking for a job. I'm going to be looking for something more stable. I don't see myself as like jumping around country to country unless my job entailed that. So for me, this is like possibly my only opportunity to just escape for a couple months, live somewhere, and then go back home. And I really wanted to experience what it would be like to be away from family, friends, and all of everything that I know. And I feel like that is exactly what study abroad is supposed to do for you. It's supposed to teach you things about yourself, teach you more independence, more than you even thought, teach you how to make more friends, teach you how to adapt to different environments. And so far I'm having a really great time. It does get lonely sometimes because I miss like my family, and with the time change, sometimes like right now it's 5 and they're all sleeping. Yeah, that kind of sucks sometimes, but I'm so lucky that I'm here and that I have the opportunity to do this. I think this experience will also be great when I'm looking for a job and I can say that I had an internship experience overseas and not just in the United States. That is going to be it for this Q&A. I didn't really have any more questions that I wanted to answer today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Also, you should follow me on Instagram if you want to keep up with my study abroad journey. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!